Hey y'all, I'm doing a special show in honor and in memory of one of the most wonderful men here that lived here in Savannah. His name was Strickland, and he's the Candy Man. I called him Stan, my Candy Man. He was one of the nicest, unselfish, kind man you could ever hope to meet. Now, Michael, how long have you known Stan?
I don't know, a long time.
Since the beginning of time, yeah.
Since the middle 70s.
Yes, and of course I didn't get to meet him until I moved here to Savannah. But he and his family started River Street Sweets, and then Stan broke off from his children that kept that going, and he opened Savannah Candy Kitchen, and both of them are just great. They make the most wonderful pralines, don't they, Michael?
Yeah, I think so.
You can walk in either place, River Street Sweets or
Savannah Candy Kitchen.
Savannah Candy Kitchen, yeah. And you'll find them making, they have a big old copper bowl up there, and they're making pralines. And of course, they're giving out samples because they know if you ever sample it, you're going to want it. But Stan actually has appeared with me on my show several times over the years, and anytime I'd call and ask him, you know, he would say, absolutely, Paula. But this town is going to miss him. We went to his funeral Saturday, I think it was, and I've never seen that many people at a funeral as Stan. So he was just so well loved. So I remember when Stan, one time he was on my show with me. I can't remember if it was Best Dishes or Home Cooking or which one it was, but I remember him making pralines, and that's what their two candy stores are really known for, is those pralines. They got 1,000 other candies, but this is in memory of Stan. So I'm going to try to make his pralines, and I'm going to start with, let me see, 1.5 cups of sugar and 1.5 cups of light brown sugar. You know, these are really simple to make, but the timing, it's all about timing. You know, I mean, you got to cook them to the proper temperature. So I'm going to mix these up, and I'm going to add like 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Stan was also involved in a lot of restaurants here in town, wasn't he, Michael?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any Stan stories? Any you can tell in public?
No, he was just the most generous guy you'd ever meet.
He was. He was.
I mean, I know he told me to go to Key West and use his boat.
Yeah,
which, not many people do that.
You know, he invited Bobby and the girl that he was dating at the time down to the Bahamas to go fishing, and Bobby said they fished for about 2 or 3 days with Stan, and he said it was so much fun. But that's the kind of person he was. All right, now this calls for 3 tablespoons of dark syrup, and you'll see I sprayed my spoon.
You gonna spill it?
I know it. So see that syrup would just roll right out of there. All right, that's 1, 2, 3. So if you've ever been in the Atlanta airport, there is Savannah Candy Kitchen on Concourse,
Is it C?
or is it B?
Yeah, I think it might be B.
B.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's B. So if you've never dropped in there, just go in and say, I sure would like my sample of pralines. But you know what?
Turtles are my favorite.
I know you love the turtles. But you know what became my favorite was the chocolate pralines. Oh my goodness. I remember at Christmas, you know, when we would work with the Salvation Army, you know, and we would take care of some families that otherwise wouldn't have a Christmas. And naturally I would call Stan and say, can you help me, Candy Man? I need some goodies for these families I'm trying to do for. And always he sent so much. He sent enough that I was able to keep some at the house, a little at the house. I mean, he would send that much. All right, so I added 3 tablespoons of dark corn syrup, and now I'm going to add 1 cup of evaporated milk. And evaporated milk is the one that comes in the can, in case you...
Why do you call it evaporated milk?
Because it'll evaporate on you real quick. I don't know.
Don't look evaporated to me.
I don't know, Michael. I'll get the can and let you read everything about it, and then you can tell us all. How about that? I know when I'm making my macaroni and cheese, I don't want to use anything but evaporated milk. It's just so rich and creamy. All right, now I don't know if I told y'all, but I buttered the side of my pan. So when I get to cooking, it won't stick to the sides. Because we're gonna cook this until it starts boiling. We're gonna cook it to a soft ball. So, soft ball, B-A-L-L. over medium heat. So this is gonna take a few minutes, so just sit back and get you some coffee or go to the bathroom, get you a soda, eat you an apple. Everybody but you, Michael, you can't leave me. Okay, y'all, I think we're there. To 236. I'm gonna remove this from the heat. I'm gonna turn off my eye. I'm gonna pull out my thermometer.
Right.
Be careful. That's hot, Teresa.
Near you.
And the little piece came off. That's all right. So I'm gonna let this cool for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna beat it. I think I might have, since I messed up my shoulder, I think you're gonna have to beat this praline for me, okay? I actually put the timer on this, so it's been sitting 10 minutes, Michael. And now we're gonna add a teaspoon and some extra drippings.
What is that, banana?
It's Paula Deen's pure vanilla extract.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so good, so good.
Okay, stir it.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna have to beat this, and you can't do like a little tiny back rub. You got to beat it.
Okay. Well, that's all
All
you
right,
need
we're
to tell
putting
me.
in a half a cup
Most
of
the time-
pecans.
Most of the time you say, you got to fold it in there.
Oh, you want to change everything around? Just beat it. Just beat it. Yeah, beat it like you mean it. There you go. Now that's the way to hold it on to it. You was doing a little sissy beat there for a second. All right. I'm gonna get our ice cream scoop ready. And by ready, I mean I'm spraying it. So it won't stick to it as we're dipping it up. Probably gonna take a couple of minutes until candy is slightly thick and begins to lose its gloss. You know, that's what pralines and divinity have in common. You have to, as soon as you start seeing them lose that gloss, ooh, buddy, have to work quick. So did I mentioned, I told everybody, didn't I, Eddie, about if you're in the Atlanta airport, and I think it's Concourse B, when you come off the escalator stands, Savannah Candy Kitchen is right there to the left. And
I think they've got a few locations other than, you know, in Atlanta.
I think they're kind of
Charlotte maybe.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised. I can't keep up with Stan. I know I was on.
Had one in Nashville too, didn't
Yeah.
I can't remember. I know I had introduced him to Bob at Pigeon Forge at the
On the island.
on the island, yeah. And I think Bob was in conversation with Stan about possibly opening up Savannah Candy Kitchen in where our restaurant is on the island in Pigeon Forge. But he was a busy man. And I vaguely remember something. I used to be on QVC, and do you remember about that story, Teresa?
What story?
About when I was on QVC, because now, if y'all ever watch QVC, Stan and Tanya's youngest son, Brett.
Rhett.
Like Rhett Butler.
Like Red Butler. Exactly.
He's on QVC now selling their products. So Stan always had a good catalog business. You remember, Teresa?
Absolutely.
Had a great catalog business, but you know, he just knew he knew how to play, and he knew how to work hard.
He was good at both of them.
Real good at both of them.
Paula, we're about to lose our gloss here now.
You think? I don't think so. But my hat is off to Stan's two sons and a daughter, and his wife Tanya. I think Tanya has been a great asset to the business, as well as Stan and his children. All right, you might need to let me kind of feel it. You'll let me feel it.
You're going ahead.
Okay. You just keep beating.
Oh, the candy.
Yeah, you just keep beating, baby. All right, I'll do one little drop and we'll just see what it looks like, okay? But it's not losing its gloss yet. See, it's still real shiny, so beat away. Beat away, boy.
3 hours later.
Well, you can see the difference in the color.
Yeah,
It's a little more milky.
yeah. And I guess, you know, you could use your hand mixer, but when it starts losing its gloss, I mean, you have to work quick. Teresa, I might need another cookie sheet, honey bunny.
Okay.
Oh gosh, my shoulder. See, that's starting to. Oh, I can't hardly dip in the pot because of my shoulder. We just a bunch of old has-beens, Mikey, you and me.
Can you help me?
No, I'm bringing the pot down some. We're gonna need another.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna let you.
Finish?
Yes, let me get this one. See, look at that. See, see how
Okay.
that's losing its gloss. You got to work quick. You're the man. So that's it, y'all. I could have cooked them another 2 degrees. They were just fixing to lose their gloss, though, when we dipped up the end of the pot. So I'm going to have to let these cool some more before I can pick them up and enjoy one. But every time I see a praline or a piece of candy, Stan, I'll think about you. And I hope the best for Tanya and the 3 children. And I know how badly y'all are going to miss him. And all of his friends are right there with you. So, to the good times, Stan. Love and best dishes, y'all.
Rest in peace, Stanley.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.